Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Peter Palm podcast, where we attempt to read every issue of the Amazing Spider-Man week by week, so you can be a Spider-Man expert as well. Also, should we turn the... Wait, I just realized the aircon is...
Blast.
Put it on quiet the mode.
Top right. Good on ya.
I know how to use technology. I know how to read quiet button.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't, then we wouldn't be able to do this podcast. So. What?
Why?
Technology. If you can't work an aircon remote, then you definitely don't know how to work this.
This is all acoustic.
It's acoustic. We're just speaking into a conch shell.
Yeah, we're speaking to an array of strings and cups. And it's writing onto a
like a lie detector test, that kind of thing, like a graph.
Kind of you know how in the olden days,
a needle on the graph.
How they used to record music was they'd engrave stuff into
the records and stuff. Yeah,
like a barrel kind of thing. And you'd rotate it, and it would this engravings would make sound. Yeah.
Yeah. The ding ding ding. That's how they do the piano in Westworld.
Ooh.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be.
No, it's fine.
Spoilers. Okay. Right. Anyway.
Why do I watch Westworld now that I know that?
Yeah. Westworld's good. You should watch it for other reasons other than the piano.
I've seen Westworld season 1, I think.
I love Westworld. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Why are the levels not being good?
Why aren't you being good, Levels?
They're so low. What's going on? So low, a Star Wars story.
So low, a Star Wars story. Get it, guys?
Look, we should have just brushed over that.
I just touched the microphone as I was saying that, so I'm so fucking sorry. I realized how shit that was.
This is a great start. What have you watched this week, though?
What have I watched this week? Hold on. Can I just fix up my mic and then... All right. What did I watch this week? I watched... Not much, actually.
Well.
Oh, no. I'm starting to watch Mad Men.
Oh, yeah.
I've never watched Mad Men. And he's falling from the building. Sorry.
I know the theme song. I don't know the show.
Okay, it's a great show so far.
I've seen one episode ages ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll finish that.
The production design's amazing, just for starters. The actors are really good too. It's got the guy from LA Noire, if anyone's ever played that game in it. And when I saw him on screen, I was like, oh, I played that video game. He plays a guy from a fucking same kind of era, but a bit earlier, and a detective. And I was like, oh, I love that game. So when I saw him, I was like, this show's got me, dude. It's got John Hamm in it. And it's got Handmaid's Tale lady. Elizabeth Moss with an S. And it's good. And I'm going to keep watching it. And there you go.
Have you just started it, or?
Yeah, so I'm 6 episodes in.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Elizabeth Moss, I started Handmaid's Tale last night.
Good. I'm so happy.
I watched the first episode before I went to bed, and I was like, "This is a good show."
Yeah.
Because it's always when I've seen clips from it, I'm like, I know I really like the show just based on the premise and the look of it.
Yeah, the cinematography is really nice, and it's so interesting, and the performances are just so good.
Yeah, it has its own look. You know, those Netflix shows, they all look kind of similar.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Were these all shot by the same fucking DOP?
Sabrina and Riverdale are ones that look exactly the same.
Right. Yeah.
What else? What about Stranger Things? What is your take on Stranger Things? Because I'm
it's fine.
I'm not the biggest fan, if I'm going to be honest.
I thought season 1 was cute as a little it's a little throwback, to 80s tropes. Then season 2, I was like, yeah, okay.
It was the same thing. It was literally the same thing, just repeated.
Yeah, and it dawdled around too much, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stranger Things is fine. I'm not one of those people that are crazy about it.
It's those 2 seasons have escaped my memory, so I don't remember them very well. Especially season 2.
Yeah.
I remember watching that being I'm not a big fan of this.
No, yeah.
Season 1 I was like, that's fun,
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a little Spielberg throwback.
Spielberg.
I like the E.T. parallels,
Yeah, for sure. No.
But yeah, Handmaid's Tale, I'll watch the rest of the season before I share all my thoughts. But
I've seen the first season twice, and this next 2 seasons. I think it's 3 seasons at the moment, but I've seen them the rest only once. But I recommend it to anyone. It's very good.
Yeah. What else was I going to say about it? I know, I just when shows are very auteur driven.
Yeah.
I know a lot of shows are very script, like it's a writer's medium, so they just let the script tell the story. But I don't know, I like when shows do a little bit extra, you know?
Yeah. What do you think about their use of like color on costumes and characters? Because that's one of
Yeah,
my
it's
favorite
good,
parts
yeah.
of the show. It makes
The lighting too, like
yeah.
it's
Oh
very
my
like
God.
angelic on the
Yeah.
backlit, you know?
And like I love the shots they have of like, I don't know if you've seen any yet or if there's any in the first episode, but they wear these like hats that are like bonnets that come out over their head, and they have shots where it's just their face in the bonnet, but it's like a
I see.
yeah.
Yes.
I what's the lens that makes everything look soft?
Everything looks soft.
No, like in the background, and it's like it makes lots of bokeh.
Oh, it's like a
I don't
just
know,
really
like
shallow.
that kind of like a really shallow depth of field. Sorry, I'm not a cinematographer. I went to film school and I learned pretty much the basics about cameras, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Handmaid's Tale.
what else did you
Good
watch?
so far. I watched the first 8 episodes of Love, Death, Robots.
Oh yeah, I haven't gotten around to that yet. Actually, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I feel like you can just pick and choose which ones like sound interesting to you and just watch those. Because like the first 4 episodes, I'm like, I'm really not into this. Like, it's overly gratuitous, and like the messages are either lost or they're really on the nose.
Oh God.
Like the second episode was like these robots like walking around like a dystopian future where humans no longer exist, and it's like commenting on, oh, I can't believe humans used to think this was a fun thing to do. I don't understand it. And I'm like, okay, what is this?
Is that all they do? They just walk around?
Yeah, literally just walking around like things. It's like, ooh, what are humans meant to do with this? It's like a burger. It's like, oh, they consumed it and turned it into their digestive system, and they turned it into toxic waste, and they dispose of it. And it's like, oh
God,
why don't they just throw it out then instead of
bazinga?
And it's like, what is going on here? And I was like, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
First episode I wasn't into either. I didn't like the animation style. It was very video gamey.
The Sunny's Edge one. I was about to watch
The first one, yeah. I know. It just looked like a cutscene. Like, I don't feel like I'm watching a show right now.
Cutscene. Yeah.
Episode 3 though had a really good animation style.
Okay, yeah.
Like, you know how the Spider-Verse had that kind of, it's like 3D models but it had that 2D.
Yeah, look, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like
interesting.
also semi-photorealistic as well. It was really weird but cool.
Interesting.
But I didn't really dig the story. It was about like this stripper that gets like chased by this dude and then she dies or something. I don't know. Something like that.
Pretty, uninteresting.
Yeah, it's called Love, Death, and Robots. So like, I don't know if they're trying to make some sort of point, or if it's just being like, Love, Death, and Robots. We're just exploring like visual ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
Because none of the episodes feel similar. It's just like,
It's not like Black Mirror where they all kind of have like at least like a string of like cohesiveness between them.
Yeah, there's a couple episodes I really like. There's one with the kind of anime style, which is really cool. I forget what it was called. And there was also another one where it's like yogurt takes over the world.
Yogurt?
Yeah, yogurt.
I would love that. Oh my God, I love yogurt.
It's like ever since the yogurt took over, nothing's been the same. It's like, I like this. It's silly. And I'm sure people would hate that episode because it's like the least like serious one. Like, that was cool. Yeah. I'll finish it at some point because, I've heard a lot of the later episodes are really cool.
Yeah. And they're short, so.
Yeah. There's one episode where it's like really good, like photorealistic animation, but it was too good to the point where it was like uncanny valley-ish the whole time.
Oh God.
Like, it looked so real, but you look at the face, it's like, it's like, why not stylize it a little bit, you know?
Yeah, just to make it not
like
so
it's
creepy.
impressive, but yeah.
There's a movie that's like that, where it's like animation, but it looks so real that it's like creepy, like, or looks like gross.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Final Fantasy for some reason.
Have you played Final Fantasy?
Like ages ago, not properly. I remember I had one of them. I forget which one it was. Probably like 10.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
There's too many of them. No, sorry. It's not too many. There's just a lot.
You can never have too many. You can't have too much of a good thing. Is that the same?
No, you definitely can. Assassin's Creed. Anyway.
Oh.
Have you watched anything else?
I have. I've been watching more MCU movies in the complete wrong order.
That's okay.
That's fine because I'm just watching them in order of like I feel like watching that one.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because I've seen some of them like pretty recently, so I'm like I'm not watching those ones again. Like I'm sick of Civil War. Get it out of my face. I'm sick of what's another one? I've seen the first Iron Man like fucking probably like 50 times, so I don't need to watch that again.
Yeah, I've seen that so many fucking times. Yeah.
Yeah. It was on TV the other day, but like I was just walking past. I was like at someone's house and I walked past it and it was like I only saw a second of the screen and it wasn't even a scene with Iron Man and it was just like a shot of like the military base. I'm like, oh, Iron Man's on TV. And I was like, I shouldn't know that just from looking at it for like a second.
Literally. That's actually funny. Yeah. It has a look though. That's the thing. That movie has a look.
I miss when Marvel movies used to look like movies.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds.
Instead of looking like MCU films.
Instead of looking like charcoal wall. Like all these new ones
Age
do.
of Ultron.
And I hate how the Russo brothers like, oh, we're trying to make it a gritty, realistic look. That's why they look bland. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You ever seen a Bourne movie or like a
Have you gone outside?
John Wick?
Like
yeah, it's like,
yeah, John Wick's a good example. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many like gritty, realistic action movies, but they still have color. They still look
amazing.
Yeah,
they
contrast.
have contrast. Yeah.
And they're not just shot in someone's fucking garage or
a studio that had nothing in it. Then you just like put up a wall, four grey walls.
An airport hangar in Atlanta you could get for free because
they don't use it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I watched Iron Man 2. That was the most recent one I watched.
Yeah.
And there's scenes in that where it's inside like a warehouse where it's like all grey walls and like, fluoro lighting, but it looks good. It's like, I don't know what happened. They stopped shooting on film, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's not an excuse because you can get away with so much good stuff on digital.
Yeah, of course.
TV shows do it all the time.
Yeah.
And low budget indie filmmakers can do it. Like, come on, Marvel. Do more indie movies. But Iron Man 2, I still really like that movie. People dunk on it too hard because there is a lot happening in it. But I feel like with how much is happening, they've managed to pull it off pretty well. Like everything still pays off. Like I think a lot of people think it's just like loose ends until the Avengers, but each like character in it, there's a clear beginning, middle, and end of why they are there.
Yep.
Except maybe Agent Coulson, because he comes in to like
Agent Coulson.
Keep an eye on Tony Stark while he's under like not house arrest, but like they're keeping an eye on him because he's like getting kind of suicidal.
Yeah, he literally has PTSD. Like there's no way around it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he's the only one where he's like, I have to go to the Thor set now. See ya. He literally says that he's like, I've been assigned to a new mission, so I'll be leaving now. Yeah, and then after credit scene, he's in Thor. And he's like, oh, I found the shield. So I guess even that has a payoff, but yeah, Black Widow. She starts off, it's like, oh, she's the secret secretary.
That's right.
And you find out she's a double agent. And then at the end, she, fights those dudes. And Jon Favreau's like, how'd you fight all those dudes? And like ogles her butt or whatever. Remember when that humor was in these movies?
Oh, I mean, it still is. Have you seen the trailer for Far From Home?
What?
Like he's like happy like is like has a crush on Aunt May.
Yeah,
He's like,
you're right.
Oh, you're hot.
I just completely forgot that was a thing. I thought we were talking about Mary Jane. Like they don't ogle Mary Jane, do they?
They do the opposite
17-year-old.
of ogle her. Yeah. No, they ogle his aunt instead.
Oh God. Is that all Jon Favreau does in these movies? Just like
like look at women and go, "You're sexy,
bazinga.
Yeah, bazinga." Ooh, hubba hubba. That's so fucked. Anyway,
yeah, Iron Man 2's good. Sam Rockwell's in it. And he does a little dance.
Yeah, he does the shuffle. Like, oh my God, it's such a good dance.
I can like half do it, but not as good as him. He's so smooth.
You should do it right now.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe if we were video recording it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also rewatched Black Panther.
I love Black Panther. It's actually a good movie.
I liked it a lot more this time.
Yeah. I love that whole scene in Busan.
Oh yeah.
It's a sequence, sorry. That's a good sequence. And like the obviously the one shot, one take. Mm-hmm. So cool.
Yeah. This is the first time I watched it like over a year probably. But I last saw it in theaters.
It just feels so different from all the rest of the MCU like origin films. Like it's just
that's
like,
true.
Has such like I don't know, it's like its kind of
Yeah. I think my main problem is in the second half of the movie where everything feels rushed.
Yeah, for sure. Like after Killmonger kind of gets...
Yeah, like that whole thing's interesting.
Yeah.
Like when he takes over because, you know, you understand where he's coming from.
But then after that, it's all like, oh, we've got to run to the hills and find him. And then...
Yeah, everything happens so quick. Like Black Panther's dead.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, 10 minutes later, he's back.
Yeah. Just because they had a fruit or something.
Yeah, they need to let that breathe a little bit. Like see how Wakanda functions under Killmonger's rule.
Yeah, I want it. Yeah, exactly. And see if...
Like a little montage of like... Well, I was trying to think of like a song that could play over it.
What I've done.
I think going, one is the loneliest number that you ever do.
No, that would be so bad.
I'm just imagining that as T'Challa falls from like the waterfall.
One is the loneliest number. No, yeah.
You know, Black Panther's good. I like how the first half's like a James Bond movie. Mm-hmm. They go to like, even Shuri's like his cue, where she's got like the gadgets, like here's your gadgets, and they go on their little mission to a casino. And then they have a little fight in the casino. And there's a little car chase. You know? Everything is well set up too. It takes its time. Except that last half.
Yeah.
And then my biggest problem is I don't think Ryan Coogler knows how to shoot like large-scale action set pieces yet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the large... Oh, yeah.
Like in
that
the
end
third
battle,
act, everything looks so disgusting all of a sudden. I'm like, oh.
Like
why
that
is the CGI
last
so
battle.
rushed? Yeah.
With the rhinos and stuff.
Yeah, the shot of Daniel Kaluuya on the rhino is like...
Daniel Kaluuya in that movie, dude. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fight between Killmonger and Black Panther at the end, where they feel weightless.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, there's no weight to their punches and, like, just floating around. Like, it reminded me of Spider-Man 3. You know how there's those shots of, like, Spider-Man, like, Sandman falling. Like,
yeah, they're like... Yeah. It looks like what's it like? Trying to. Sorry, I just heard a noise. Like a video game cutscene, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
but
looked
not
like
in like a. Yeah.
It didn't look cinematic that bit, which is a shame because they shot like them on set with the costumes like fighting, but they always replace it with CGI. I don't know. I get it, but I get why they do it, but I wish they either spent more time on it or they just planned it out a bit more. And I read this thing recently where like one of the directors they met for the Black Widow movie, they said to her like just focus on the characters and stuff and we'll take care of the action. And that's why she left, because she's like, well, what's the point of doing this if
I can't? Yeah. Because the action's part of the story and character. Like
I feel like Marvel get these indie directors and they're like, I guess they're trying to be reassuring where it's like, don't worry about the action sequences, like, because you don't have experience with that. We can just handle that ourselves with our previs artists and all that. But I don't think that's the right way to go about it.
No, because I got their support for it. I don't like. So do you mean to say that they want to like take control of the action, or they mean it as like we have support for it?
That's how they made it sound.
Okay.
Like, she wouldn't have like full reins.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And I feel like the best Marvel movies are the ones where the directors have full control of the action scenes, like Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
About to say James Gunn.
Like all the action sequences in that have like fun like aspects to it.
And like choreographed to music. It's not just cut to music, it's choreographed to music, you know what I mean? Which
brings me to other Marvel movie I watched this week, Volume 2. The best Marvel movie.
Oh, I'm not too sure. Well, sorry.
I'm saying it's the best one.
Yeah, that he's saying
I've seen them all
Marvel
recently
movie.
And like none of them are even close.
Yeah.
To Guardians Volume 2.
That's the thing. I need to
Except Iron
rewatch
Man.
everything because I'm still not sure what my favorite Marvel movie is.
Yeah, mine's definitely Guardians too. Like it's the only Marvel movie I watch where I'm like, fuck, it makes me want to like write, you know? The way he like gives purpose to each of the characters, they all have a payoff. Even Baby Groot has a character arc in it, which I think is really funny. Because the whole movie, he's grabbing the wrong things and not understanding what people are saying. Yeah. At the end, he literally has to detonate the bomb.
Oh, that's
that blows
right.
up Ego.
Yeah, I remember.
And he has to like pick between the two buttons. And he's like, oh no.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And he picks the right button. I'm like, yeah, Baby amazing. Groot. And just the way everything has like payoffs, because there's this whole running gag of Rocket Rocket stealing his batteries at the start. And they're like, oh, why'd you steal those batteries? And it gets those gold people chasing after them. And at the end, they're like, we need to blow up Ego, but we have nothing that's strong enough to detonate the core. And he's like, well, we got these batteries.
And it wasn't all for nothing.
Yeah. I know. I like shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
And they use the music in that one so much better than the first one, I think. Not so much better, but like they make it part of the story, you know?
Yeah.
Like that Brandy song where it's like, this was your mother's favorite tune. And how Ego explains it as like part of the story where he says, you know, we're the sailor in that song, Peter. I came on a summer's day to your mother and blah, blah, blah. You know, he's making the lyrics parallel the story. I'm like, I like that.
It is cool, yeah.
And when the chain comes in at the end.
And if you don't love me now.
You shouldn't have killed my mom and squashed my Walkman.
I'll never love you again.
And they start punching.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love right before that, Yondu's like, I don't use my head to fly the arrow, boy. I use my heart. And then you see Star-Lord like gets in his head and it's like sees like flashbacks of all the good times with his friends and family.
Oh my god, yeah, that's like
just like hanging out.
That gets you like choked up. Like I remember when I first saw it.
And like the sound cuts out too, and it's just like shows the images.
Yeah.
Then you hear don't Yeah. Good shit. Great movie. I could talk about it forever, but I won't.
Yeah.
And only other movie I watched, not a Marvel movie, but Only God Forgives. You know that Ryan Gosling movie?
Oh god.
It's directed by the guy who did Drive.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's his name?
Nicholas Winding Refn.
Yeah, Winding.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I refuse because it looks bad.
Everyone says it's bad, but I heard recently like it's actually good. And I watched it and it was actually good.
Okay, well there you go. I've heard only terrible reviews and the plot doesn't seem like something I
really
like.
Bad, yeah. It's
like
very like religious like, metaphors and stuff, which all went over my head because I'm not that into like religious things. So whenever I see something that's like very clearly like religious metaphor, I don't get it. Like when I watched Mother, I didn't get that it was like the Bible.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that was a cool movie.
I instantly knew because I grew up in Bible school and going to Sunday school like against my will and stuff, and I had to do my Holy Communion as a kid, which is like a Catholic thing, and you're meant to wear a white dress to your communion, and I wore a red dress, and everyone was like, my parents were so embarrassed, and like I did it on purpose because I was just like, I don't want to fucking do this, and like basically like I embarrassed the shit out of my parents, and everyone was like looking at me like I wore a crushed red velvet dress instead of like. Yeah. Anyway, I was also, I don't know. I never liked. Yeah, I did my communion at a pretty like. I was like pretty old for it too. You're meant to be like.
All right.
Before you become a teenager, but I was like 12, 13. So yeah. Anyway.
I see.
No, yeah. When I first saw Mother, I was like, that's biblical references. Like. Yeah.
I got there was like some like biblical aspects, but I didn't realize it was just telling the Bible.
It literally was. Yeah. It tells the story of man and God.
Then when I found that, I was like, oh, I like it a little less now because it's not clever about it. It's just the Bible. But yeah. People like to, or the way I saw it was like Bible. It was like it's just we're going into Mother now. I don't like that movie for starters, just to be clear. Really?
No, I don't. But like I saw it because it's just a huge, just like fuck off metaphor. It's like, oh, look at my fucking metaphor. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I liked it when I didn't get that it was just the Bible.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's also like Mother Nature as well to me. Like the way I saw it was like religion versus humans or whatever and the earth. But anyway, I just didn't like it. I was just like, what are you trying to say? It's like, say it. If you want to say it, then say it. Like, don't I don't know, whatever.
I just liked it in the end where it went all fucking bananas.
Yeah, when they kill a baby,
like it felt like a nightmare. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's fucked.
When all those people like came into her house, I'm like, this is what anxiety feels
like.
Like.
Literally watching that was like the worst. It's like when they rip the baby apart and then they start like, blowing everything up and like grabbing her and like she's like
I remember in the theater I was in, everyone was laughing.
Yeah, no, the people behind us were like, they got up and left. They were like, that was fucked. They literally said
people
that.
left my theater as well because I saw it at Cineplex. So like, people weren't there to see artsy Darren Aronofsky religious metaphor.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Anyways, only God forgives.
We're back here. Yeah.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
What's the actress that's in it? I want to say Michelle Pfeiffer, but it's not, isn't it?
I don't know what her name is.
Okay, that's all right then.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her really.
Well, I might give it a go after you said that.
It's short too, so it won't take much of your time. It's like 90 minutes or less.
I shouldn't shit on movies before I see them.
Yeah, so. It's a very pretty movie, so that at least gets you through it. Every shot is I want it framed in my house.
Oh, nice. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And Ryan Gosling's beautiful too, so that helps.
I think a lot of people at the time, because he was coming off of Drive, and they're like, oh, he's just doing the silent character again that has violent outbursts. That seems to be his shtick now, he's like, I don't say much throughout the movie. And suddenly he's like, vah, vah! It's like beats someone to a fucking pulp.
Like in La La Land.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that scene.
Yeah, when he just beats on his girlfriend.
City of stars.
Fuck.
You'll never make it in this town, woman.
Don't leave me. That's terrible. We shouldn't joke about that, but there you go.
I mean, in Blade Runner, he pretty much plays that character too.
Except he's a robot.
Yeah.
What's the thing? It's like, from something to something, and then he repeats it. It's like.
Within cells interlinked.
Yeah, within cells interlinked. Within cells interlinked. I'm just like, wow, okay. That was actually meant to be a really long scene too, apparently. So.
Oh yeah. I just like that little device the Dream Maker has in that movie.
Yeah, the thingy's daughter.
I want that prop.
Me too.
So good. Did I watch anything else? Trying to think. I don't think I did. I watched the first 30 minutes of Ant-Man.
And you gave up?
No, I went to sleep because I put it on knowing I was tired, but I wanted to put something on to help me go to sleep. And I was like, Ant-Man's the perfect movie to fall asleep watching.
Yay! No, for me it's like a show because they're short, an episode. Yeah, instead of a movie. Cause
no, I don't do that because then it's I know I have to put on a movie I've seen before.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, not like a show that I haven't seen, like a show that I usually put on Rick and Morty or something.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I always just put on a silly movie I've seen before, so I don't miss anything if I fall asleep. And yeah, Ant-Man, it's fine. I think it probably had a really good script, but just the directing is so early 2000s level, comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the worst looking Marvel movies too. It actually looks like a TV show.
Yeah, it's not shot very nicely.
No. I had this weird theory where I'm it looks like it's been cropped in. Maybe they shot it anamorphic and then they cropped it in, so it's
why the fuck would they do
I don't know why they would,
but... That makes no sense. Spending the money on anamorphic lenses just to crop in on them.
I know, because I remember hearing in the behind the scenes, it was with Kevin Feige and he said something we originally wanted to shoot it in widescreen, but we made the decision to shoot it in 16 by 9 because it felt like a 16 by 9 movie or something like that. And it made me think maybe they shot it originally widescreen and they cropped it in, because some of the shots I'm this doesn't look it looks like it's cropped in.
Wanted to make Ant-Man widescreen anyway. That's an interest. Yeah, when they haven't done it with any of the other films, why Ant-Man? That's my question. Out of that, I don't know why. That is my question.
No, all of them are widescreen.
Oh, jokes. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. Because the reason they do widescreen is because that's the shape of the cinema, most cinema screens, so it fills the whole thing.
Yeah.
But on TV, it doesn't fill the whole thing.
TV sucks too.
Which is why my mum's always why is there black bars on the top and bottom of the screen? Because it's made for a cinema, so it's the cinema screen.
True. Yeah. My mistake. Anyway.
Yeah, but Ant-Man,
There you go.
I wish it was shot widescreen because it would have looked nicer.
Oh well.
But you can shoot 60 by 9, looks good. That's what TV shows are.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh well.
What can I say about Ant-Man? I think it's fine.
It's fine.
There's good jokes in it, but they're not executed as good as they could be, the timing's off. And there's weird editing in that movie. When it cuts to scenes, it feels awkward.
Okay, yeah.
Where a scene ends on a joke, but you're not sure if it's meant to be a joke, and then cuts to the next scene.
And you're just huh?
Yeah, I don't know, it's very bizarre.
Okay, there you go.
Yep. Cool. I think that's all I've watched.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything else.
Oh, actually, no.
Okay.
I watched RoboCop 2 last night after I watched Iron Man 2 because I'm like, I feel like watching RoboCop 2. But I had it on the background, so I wasn't really paying attention because I've seen it before.
Watch it?
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Do you like RoboCop?
Never watched RoboCop 2.
Oh, the first one, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. RoboCop.
Sorry, I thought you were asking about RoboCop.
RoboCop
2.
1's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, I like RoboCop.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Oops.
It's probably my top 10 movies.
Yeah.
Then I remember they remade it and it was really bad. Did you ever see the remake with Michael Keaton?
No. Whoa, there's a remake with Michael Keaton?
Yeah, he's like the corporate businessman. He's like, hey, how about we make the suit black?
I thought that was Tron, not RoboCop.
No.
Wasn't Michael Keaton in the Tron remake?
No, he was in RoboCop.
Then who was in the Tron remake?
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, that's right. Okay, sorry.
Well, Jeff Bridges was in the first Tron.
Yeah.
That's why he was in the second one.
Okay. I thought it was a remake because a continuation.
It was a continuation.
Full disclosure, I haven't seen the new Tron, so.
It's the only one I've seen. I've never seen the original.
No, my dad made me watch those. He was like, you gotta watch it, it's a classic.
Tron Legacy was alright.
Me being like 10 years old. Okay.
Yeah, RoboCop 2. I like it because it's got lots of interesting ideas. It was written by Frank Miller, kind of.
Frank Miller.
And directed by Irvin Kershner, who directed Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's not to the level of like the other stuff they've done, but it's pretty good. Yeah, explores RoboCop. Is there still humanity in him or not? And there's a little kid, like a 12-year-old kid that's like a crime boss.
What?
Because RoboCop is programmed to not kill kids. So the kid's like,
Crime boss.
Yeah, it's fun. But then there's a whole section where RoboCop's not even in it. It's like focusing on this whole crime plot. I'm like, I don't care about this. But yeah, then RoboCop does this thing and it's fun.
Nice.
There's lots of funny bits in that. I think I watched it because there's bits in Iron Man 2 that reminded me of RoboCop 2.
Yeah.
Like there's that whole sequence at the start where they're showing the failed attempts at recreating the Iron Man suit. Do you remember that at the start?
Yeah.
At like the court hearing?
I haven't seen Iron Man 2 in a long time.
Okay.
So.
Well, Tony Stark like brings up like failed attempts at the Iron Man suit to like prove his point. It's like, yeah, the Iron Man suit shouldn't be in the hands of other people because they're all idiots. And it's like showing like Justin Hammer.
Oh, that's right. Videos of like people trying to recreate it. Yeah.
Everyone, they will like blow up.
Yeah. I do remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a scene like that in RoboCop 2 where they make a robot called RoboCop 2. Like that's fun. It's like
fun.
Introducing RoboCop 2. And it comes out and like shoots everyone. It's like,
what the fuck? In
really
the audience.
Not in the audience, but like it's because it's like in a video and it's like shoots the people in the room.
Oh,
I was like, oh. And it shows like other attempts that like blow up.
It'd be way funnier if it was like shot everyone in the audience.
Yeah. I just love all the satire elements of those RoboCop movies, like the news reports.
Yeah.
Where they're saying like, a whole room of people were massacred this morning at in a bar fight, but they're like saying it with like a smile, like a straight face.
Yeah.
Like it's not far off like what it's like now.
No. Yeah, it really isn't.
Yeah, and then they say like this horrifying stuff. It's like now to a commercial break for like a board game.
Or like chocolate milk.
Yeah. And that terrible sitcom in the first movie. It's like, I'd buy that for $1. It's fun stuff. Good movies. But now, get into the comics. The comic of the week.
Comic spelled COMIQUE. Comic.
Comic. I don't know what I'm doing. No comic. Let's do it. Let's do issue 49 of The Amazing Spider-Man. I should say, I think I mentioned this before, but like if you want to skip to just when we do the comics, I have time codes in the bottom of all the podcasts now.
Oh, nice.
So you can skip to different sections of the podcast if you want.
In all formats of the podcast?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I just copy the description from each. I started doing it like probably 3-4 weeks ago.
Okay, because I had no idea. There you go.
Okay, so...
Because I just listen, I don't read the description.
Yeah, so if you want to just skip around to the bits you want to listen to, then you can do that.
You do that. You do you, though.
So yeah, just go down, click the bit where it says issue 49. You click it, and it just goes to here. So you don't have to listen to the bullshit if you don't want to.
Yeah, we just like talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that for you, the people.
All 6. Was that generous?
It's accurate.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I'm curious to know like who specifically listens. Like who is that 15 people?
Yeah. Who are you?
I know. I wonder if it doubles up if like I play it on like
would.
YouTube. Yeah,
Because one of them would
wouldn't
be
it? Yeah.
mine because
Yeah, it would.
I listen on iTunes. So that
Yeah, it
one
would
of-
only double up for iTunes and Spotify.
Okay.
And I don't listen on both. I only listen on one, so I count for one of them. Yes.
There you go.
Indeed.
I listen on a jukebox at the bowling alley.
Okay.
Anyway, there you go.
From the Depths of Defeat. This is continuing on from the one you read last week,
Yay.
where Vulture gave Spider-Man a good old fighting. Spider-Man's still in the snow. He's all beaten up.
That's right. It's fucking winter in New York.
Yeah. Sorry. And he's all frazzled and dazzled because what did Vulture do to him? He did something.
He fucking, I don't know, dropped him. Something like that.
Yeah, he's all dizzy. Like you can see like the stars around
I
his
thought
head.
he was sick. From
Oh,
the
he's
snow.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
So he heads on home and sneaks into his bed. And he's like, hopefully Harry's not home. And then right as he's about to get into bed about to take off his Spider-Man costume, Harry comes in the door and he's like, oh shit, and gets under his blankets so Harry doesn't see.
Just his head's popped out. Like,
Yeah, it's like that scene in Amazing Spider-Man 2 where
yeah.
he's like, I was cleaning the chimney.
Yeah.
She's like, we don't have a chimney.
I forgot about that scene. Oh god, I'm naked. Is that he ends up saying that? Hey, I'm butt naked.
Oh, that's before she comes in. He's like, I'm naked right now.
I was like, why are you so dirty? I was cleaning the chimney. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, Harry comes in, and he's like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Do you want my phone? Oh, fuck.
Oh, oop.
A lot of things are happening.
I can click pause. Should I click pause? Okay, it's back recording.
You. We are back.
Alright, so what was I talking about?
Yeah.
Peter's in bed with his little head
Harry
bob.
walks in on him.
With his head bobbing out, and Harry's like, oh, Peter, I didn't know you were home. What's going on?
I was cleaning the chimney.
And Peter's like, oh, I'm still feeling a bit sick. I just better get some rest, Harry. And he's like, okay, better leave you alone. And then we cut to Kraven, and he sees the Vulture swinging around. I think this is on TV, or it's out a window. I think it's on TV. Because Kraven's like, all right, I need to test my strengths. So he's like, Tiger, come to me. I need to see how strong I am. And he beats up his tiger, and he's like, yes, I can still be strong.
Lol. Just beat up a fucking tiger.
Like, he's like, nah, I can take down the Vulture because I have to take down every
animal abuse.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I have to take down every animal in the animal kingdom because I'm crazy.
Including Spider-Man because he's a fucking animal.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Then we see May and Anna Watkins, and not Anna. May's like, oh, to check on Peter. He has a cold. He's such a frail boy, and there's no one to look after him. Oh no,
so frail. Even though you're in the hospital every 2 issues.
Then they come in, and Peter's still like trying to conceal his costume. He's like, oh shit, if they pull these blankets off, I'm dead.
Oh fuck.
And Aunt May's like, oh, Peter dear, I think you've still got a fever. And Peter's like, I'm fine, just let me rest, please. And she's like, no, I'm calling Dr. Bromwell. He's gonna have to come look at you and make sure you're all right. And Peter's like,
fucking
oh
Dr.
shit.
Bromwell.
So now Peter has to like stay in his room until Dr. Bromwell comes to like
in his
maintain the
Spidey
illusion.
suit.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's actually so stressful. If that was me, I would have had like an anxiety attack.
Well, like they close the door on him, so he's like, I should probably change out of my costume.
Yeah, true.
But I still have to stay in here because
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm breaking the illusion.
Illusion.
And then Dr. Bromwell will come and be like, where's Peter?
Adoy?
Is
he back in the chimney?
Back in the chimney. See, the Vulture 2. What's his name? Blackie Greenwell?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck his name was.
Blackie Black.
It was Blackie something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blackie is flying around. And he's like...
Wait, did the Vulture really die?
he hasn't come back.
Well, there you go.
Because this Vulture's like, hey, I understand why Vulture did this now, hey. On his deathbed, hey. I don't know. It's not a real sentence. But he says he's trying to pull off this mid-air heist, this helicopter, because it's got diamonds on it. So he fucking thwacks it. And he's like, "Oi, give me your diamonds." And they're like, "We better do what he says." Because I don't know how they can hear him from inside there.
Yeah.
He's like, "Give me your diamonds."
And then the helicopter's like, "Give me your diamonds."
But yeah, they understand what he meant. They're like, "Better give him what he wants, boss." He's like, "Yes, I just pulled off a mid-air heist. How good is that?" But then Kraven's like, "Oi, there he is. I can beat him up because I'm the Kraven. I'm the coolest there is." The bugle. Foswell's like, "Oi, JJ, the public's clamoring to see more photos of the Vulture." And Jameson's like, "Shut up, Foswell. Don't you think I know it? What in blazes happened to our staff photographers? Are they all on vacation?" And he's like, "Miss Brandt, don't just stand there and get that creep Parker on the phone." So they call up the Parker residence, or not the Parker residence, the Harry and Peter residence.
Yes.
And Harry picks up the phone. He's like, "Oh, sorry, Peter's resting. He can't come to the phone." And May's like, "Oh, is that sweet Mr. Jonah Jameson? Tell him that May Parker sends his regards. He's the dearest soul." And then the doorbell rings, and it's Gwen and MJ. And Harry's like, "Hey, I feel like I want a raffle. Hey, all my favorite gals are here. Wow. Hey." And then this is when he says, when Peter wakes up and sees what he missed, he'll kill himself.
Oh my God, lol. And it's about girls. That context is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually will.
Remember when you could say stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, you still can. You got to joke about it.
Yeah, but not in a Spider-Man comic.
No, definitely not.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get her attention.
Whose attention?
Ruby Dog's attention.
Okay.
Yeah. Ben Mendelsohn's attention.
Her.
Yeah. Her attention.
But yeah, we see MJ's like singing a song or something. There's music notes around her, so she's just bringing the music everywhere she goes.
Oh, everywhere you go, you always take the music with you.
All right. Then Harry takes the girls out for a spin, and like he's says bye to May and Anna because they're looking after Peter.
Yep.
But not disturbing him. They're staying outside his door.
And he can probably hear everything that's happening.
He can. He's like, "Girl, I couldn't even see the gals. This double identity thing can sure be a drag sometimes. When's the doc gonna get here?" Well, anyways, I can keep busy thinking of the Vulture. I wonder what that high-flying healer's doing right about now. And since he asked,
we
see the Vulture flying around, and he gets fucking lassoed by
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I don't know why I did a trumpet version.
Trumpet version.
That's what it was like in Justice League. They had like a Danny Elfman version of it. I don't know if you remember that, but it's
I barely remember anything from that movie, honestly.
I remember that movie too well.
All I remember is Booyah, something like that. Aquaman says
Booyah.
Yeah.
Wait, so something else. Oh no, Booyah is Cyborg.
Oh yeah. What does Aquaman
say?
Fuck yeah. I don't know. He says something like that.
Oh.
Hoorah.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. Hell yeah.
No, I saw Justice League twice in theaters. Because the first time I was like, it was bad, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And the second time I was like, that was bad, but I liked it a lot.
I've only seen it once, and it was in the front row of an IMAX screening. It was way too close. And it was 3D, so I couldn't make anything of what was happening.
Dude, that movie is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell the bits that are shot digital and the bits that are shot on film.
Yeah.
Because Joss Whedon came in and added jokes to it. So in the middle of a scene, like, suddenly cuts to Ben Affleck and he's like, I don't know, 10 kilos heavier. And he's like, "Oh, what's, want to go get brunch?" And then cuts Ezra Miller with a different haircut. And he's like, "Oh, I don't understand brunch. It's like in the middle of breakfast and lunch. I don't get it, you know?" I'm like, what is this joke? Why'd you spend hundreds of millions of dollars reshooting this?
This crap, yeah.
Add some joke about brunch. I don't understand.
ADR'd that.
It added nothing to the scene.
Oh, God.
But it goes on and on. And Joss Whedon adds this stupid fucking Ezra Miller landing on Wonder Woman's boobs.
What?
Yeah, that happens.
I don't remember that.
Like in the middle of a fight scene, they're falling, and then it cuts to them, and Ezra Miller's like, "Oh." Like on her breast.
Forgive me, Lord, like, for we have sinned.
And Joss Whedon did that same joke in Age of Ultron. with Bruce Banner and
oh yeah, that's
Black
right.
Widow.
Black Widow. Oh my god! Wow, what the fuck is this guy on?
What's another stupid joke you added to Justice League? Fucking, I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a bit where yeah, just stupid witty stuff like when he goes to see Aquaman. When Aquaman gets in the water, suddenly he's in like a green screen pool, and his tattoos are different too. Like if you look, like continuity wise, they don't match like in the original, like shoot. His tattoos.
That's so dumb. It's like something so obvious, like the fucking tattoos on his body. Like
yeah, and you can tell when it's digital because it does not look like a Zack Snyder shot film.
I love Zack. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Zack Snyder's films. I love Sucker Punch. It's one of my faves. 300's really cool too.
Yeah, that's all right.
But it's cool. I didn't say it was good. Like it's visually cool. Like,
I found it kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Anyway.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I've only seen it once, so
Same.
Forgive me. But Jesus Christ, Justice League was something else. Really was something else.
I know. The bits where it looked okay, but you can
I feel
tell
like
it's
he's
not.
kind of fallen apart a bit, Zack Snyder. At the seams as a person, like he's fallen apart.
Yeah, his daughter committed suicide.
Yeah, literally.
Like, Jesus.
That's really bad.
But he's coming back with a new movie.
What movie?
It's like a zombie movie. I forget what it's called.
Okay.
But he's like, yeah, I'm making a movie.
I mean, zombie movies haven't been a thing for a while, but we'll see.
He kind of kicked off the 21st century zombie craze with his Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. My favorite bit of that movie is the montage with Down with the Sickness, but it's like a swing version. It's like, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. And it's like them trying to like live their lives in the zombie apocalypse. It's a good scene.
I should rewatch that film.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the comic. Kraven yeets the Vulture out of the sky with his string, and Vulture swoops at him. Then they get into a bit of a tussle.
Tussle.
Then Kraven like yanks his wings down. They fall through like a skylight. And Vulture's like, you idiot, what have you done? And
I do that
like,
to my bird all the time.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, jeez. And Kraven says, this was my plan all along, you fool. Then on the radio, Peter hears about... Hold on, sorry. I keep having to burp because I had a Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
A $4 Dr. Pepper.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was $4. I wouldn't have grabbed one if I did. Who charges $4 for a can of drink? What is this?
Burger place.
Burger... yeah, that's right. I was going to say what it was specifically, but we shouldn't. You know, name drop. Drop top.
But
Peter hears on the radio Vulture battling Kraven, and Peter's like, if they're not stopped, they'll fucking tear the city apart. So he opens the door slightly to see what May and Anna are doing, and they like chill on the couch having a little D&M.
Oh, them abs.
I know, what's going on with his abs there?
What the fuck? Yeah,
They look
actually,
kinda
what is
weird.
going on? It looks like a chocolate bar. Snap him in half.
And Peter's like, anyways, I don't even feel that sick anymore, so maybe I can bloody just get on with it. So he finds out where Kraven and Vulture are fighting. And Kraven set up like a net above this skylight so Vulture can't get out. And he's trapped in like this weird animal enclosure.
But that's what actual spiders do. That's the thing.
This.
Yeah, they actually make webs to catch things.
Yeah. Well, Kraven did that.
Kraven did that, sorry. Oh, fuck. I really misunderstood.
It's like an explorer's exhibition.
Okay.
And Spidey drops in. He's like, hey guys, come off it. It's me, all right? How many other lovable web slingers you think there are around here? Hey, I got the jokes. I got the quips. And then Spider-Man twocks them both in the face. Twocks the Vulture and batops. Batops.
Okay.
Kraven.
That's what it sounds like.
It gets Vulture real good because he's just a regular dude. He's Blackie Greenwell or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Greenwell?
I'm just making that up.
Okay, I was like going to say, where did that come from?
I don't know what his last name is. But Kraven, he's got the strength of a rhinoceros.
No. Yeah? Is that technical terms?
Nope.
How much horsepower does he have?
But he's like, I've defeated every living creature that's ever crawled, walked, swim, and fly.
He fucking beat up a puppy. That's what that means. Mm-hmm. He punched a puppy.
Only you have managed to escape me, but not
asshole.
for longer. Then he launches at Spider-Man, but Spider-Man just kicks him.
Batow.
He's like, don't count on it, sweetie. Us Spider-Man don't grind that easy. Then Vulture swoops at him, Spider-Man fucking yanks his wing and like
Literally
throws him on the ground.
I do that to my bird all the time. No, I don't. Please don't call fucking. I did not. What's that thing that changed?
I didn't fuck a cat. I didn't put my
dick near a cat. I did not come on my cat. Oh my
Jesus
God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I did not grab my bird. I did not yank its wings. I did not do anything to harm it. Okay, so there you go. It's just a joke.
Jeez. He doesn't know how to do what is it we call it? Like incomplete tweets, like continued tweets.
Yeah,
like he did them as separate tweets instead of like replying to himself.
So they're not like a thread.
Yeah,
it's
so
like...
you couldn't find it as a thread. You had to go onto his page.
Ew.
And it was in reverse because when you tweet, it's like your most recent ones to your least recent. So it's like,
idiot.
Shane Dawson.
Apologize for that. I did not know how to tweet.
I didn't come on my tweet.
I didn't come on my tweet.
Jesus. Anyways, Kraven's got Spider-Man in a chokehold. And Vulture punches Spider-Man, then Spider-Man elbows Kraven. This is just as exciting as me explaining it is. Yeah. Then Kraven's like, that's right, I have nipple lasers. And he shoots nipple lasers.
Spider-Man, that's the actual dialogue.
Spider-Man jumps out of the way, and the nipple laser hit Vulture instead. So nice. Vulture's out, and Spider-Man... What? Oh yeah, Spider-Man... He does...
Are you okay?
He pulls something from Kraven. I don't know what that is. Because he says, I'll separate you from that crummy rave deal. So I think he pulls out...
Nipple rays.
That electronic stuff in his...
Nipples.
Chest. Yeah.
His secretions.
Yeah, his milk.
His milk. Kraven milk.
Oh yeah, he does, because he says, you fool, you can shatter my weapon, but you can never shatter my... No.
Dreams.
You can... That's what I was going to say. But you cannot overcome my strength. Then he vocs Spider-Man in the face.
Voc.
He's like, that's what you will give me the final... What? That's what will give me the final victory. I'm far more powerful than you. But then, they punch a bit more. And then Kraven says... Oh no, Kraven doesn't say that. Spider-Man says, in case you didn't know, I just whomped you with the same kind of whomp that once staggered the Hulk.
Womp, womp,
and Stanley's like, don't take our word for it, Tiger. Get your Spidey annual number 3 out of the vault and see for yourself.
Have we done that one?
We have. That was the one you recapped.
Oh, that's
right.
Where
the Hulk.
remember.
The Hulk.
The Hulk. Oh yeah, I remember that.
And Spider-Man's like, get the message, Jungle Man. And then Kraven just gets TKO'd and he's like, you got the message, didn't you?
Yeah.
Then Spider-Man takes a photo of them webbed up on the ground.
Cute.
Like, Jameson better pay the good monies for this.
Push.
And he sneaks back in, and exactly 3 minutes and 22 seconds later, as if it matters.
What the fuck?
Dr. Bromwell arrives, and he's like, hey son, we'll have you on your feet in no time.
Wait, he did that all in 3 minutes and 22 seconds?
No, 3 minutes and 22 seconds after he gets home.
Oh my God, I was going to say, what the fuck? Like, come on, get real.
And then he's like, Miss Parker, it seems that a day in bed did our patient a world of good. Far as I can tell, Pete, you're as fit as a proverbial fiddle. And Ahmed's like, well, I stayed outside just to make sure he wouldn't be disturbed. And he's like, it's probably just a 24-hour virus. He's perfectly fine now. I'm so relieved, Doctor. He's such a fragile boy. And Dr. Brummer's like, that. Fragile? My dear woman, that picture is of robust health. And she's like, mercy, Doctor. If I didn't know you better, I thought you'd mean it.
Lol.
And then Peter's like, hey, may I... how you... That's not
He's physically healthy, but mentally he's fucked. Hey, I'm...
It's the Andrew Garfield one. Like, I was washing the American flag.
Oh, then the chimney. We don't have a chimney.
I want to put my washing in the washing machine. Oh no, mate, you can't see it. Why? I was washing the American flag.
Oh my God.
She's like, eat your breakfast. What is that scene?
Eat your breakfast.
It's like a lettuce sandwich.
Get me some eggs.
That's the first one. She's over the eggs in the second one.
Exactly.
Second one, she works as a nurse.
Yeah, and she's all about breakfast.
And the payoff to that plot line is that she's in the hospital when the lights go out in the city. And she's like, oh no, I'm a nurse.
But nothing ever comes out of that because, you know.
Because who cares? Why even show that?
Yeah, it literally added nothing.
Why show those planes almost about to crash into each other?
Yeah, what was that? Yeah, what was with that? Hey, like, that was so strange. It was
like, I remember thinking, like, it would make sense if someone, like a character we cared about, was on those planes. Like,
yeah.
Because Gwen was about to get on a plane
Maybe
to
MJ
go to,
was
like,
supposed to be on those planes.
maybe. And then just cut the whole sequence. But they're like, oh, we did the CGI for it and everything. Stupid movie. Anyway, what I was saying is that Aunt May says, isn't that dear Dr. Bromwell the dearest thing? As you would say, Peter, he's a regular pussy willow.
Oh, fuck. Here we
And
go.
Peter's like, Aunt May, I keep telling you the word is pussy cat. He's like, but I think pussy willows are much cuter, dear. Yep. And Peter's like, okay, pretty girl, if you say so, he's a pussy willow. Then how about we go see... What? How about... Tell you what. That's what
okay, hold on. He actually is fucking mentally
Tell you
not
what.
Okay.
How about me taking my favorite gals to a movie? There's a way out western at the at the Bijou. There's a way out western at the Bijou. That would be nice, Peter. You've been cooped up so long, you could use a little excitement. Next, Spider-Man No More.
All right, there you
go.
go.
I can't believe they're ending it next issue.
Yep. There's only 50 issues of Spider-Man.
Oh, jeez. What time are we at?
Yeah.
I need to know. Right about an hour.
All right, cool.
Not bad. We'll be on track.
That bad.
Just quickly before we get into the next one, I want to talk about the trailers that dropped this week. Because there were a lot of trailers that dropped.
Yeah, true.
There was the Endgame trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Should we talk about that? Didn't show anything. I was like...
It was all
Good
flashbacks.
Job. It was. Because apparently what I've heard is that the Russo brothers have only like allowed the trailer people to see like 8 minutes of footage.
That's
so they have
crazy.
to make trailers out of the 8 minutes they've been given.
That's so crazy.
So that's why there's heaps like reused shots.
Yeah, and like cutbacks.
And like flashbacks because they're like, shit, we're almost out of footage if we want to make another trailer.
That is so funny. I love that. I actually love that idea.
It's cool.
It is cool.
And I feel like there's a lot of misdirects in those trailers that...
Definitely.
There's probably CGI people in the background that we can't see. And like,
yeah. What do you think about the Tony
characters that
being
aren't
on
there.
Earth confirmed being a misdirect?
As a misdirect.
Yeah. What do you think?
I feel like
I don't think. Oh.
I feel like he comes back.
Yeah, I don't think it's a misdirect. Everyone's like, it's a misdirect because of Hulk in the Infinity War trailer.
I feel like if they showed that in the trailer, it's probably inconsequential to...
Yeah.
You know, it probably happens like right off the bat. Like the opening scene's probably Tony Stark and Nebula like figuring it out in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I started making my predictions for Endgame the other day on my little bingo thing because I think it's fun.
I'm too insecure to make my predictions.
Why?
Because I hate being wrong.
I love being. I don't care about being wrong. It's like I don't care about being wrong, but I like being right. So it's like it's a win-win.
Okay. Well, well, stop flexing, dude.
On my one last year for Infinity War, I got like heaps wrong, but there was a few I got right, and I was like, cool. Like when it happened in the movie, I was like, nice. Then when I got something wrong, I was like, I'm glad I was wrong because I was better than what I would have done. You know?
Yeah.
Is good.
Is good.
What do you think of Endgame? What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen? Do you think the first half's just gonna be them like on Earth being like, oh shit, we're sad?
We're sad. Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be. I think like maybe half an hour at the start, and there'll be a 5-year time jump. I'm predicting because there's bits in the trailer where they look a little older, but not that much older. And they have different hair.
Yeah, like because Black Widow has like her red hair again.
Yeah, because when Captain Marvel comes in, they all have their Infinity War hair.
Yeah.
But then there's scenes where they're still on Earth, but they have different hair. So it's like,
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, Black Widow has a ponytail now, so okay.
Yeah, because remember the end of Captain Marvel? I think Captain America still has the beard, doesn't he? Like in that after credits scene. Captain America still has that beard in the after credits scene of Captain Marvel.
Right,
yeah, so I think that happens like pretty soon after.
Yep.
But then there's like a time jump where they're figuring out how to fix shit, you know?
Yeah, how to actually repair everything.
And what I think is what's the key to all of it is Ant-Man comes out of the quantum realm like at some point in time, maybe like a few years down the track.
Yeah.
And that's when they're like, okay, we know how to do it now because Ant-Man's got the quantum realm device in his car.
And then he crawls up Thanos' butt.
Yeah.
And explodes him. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think Ant-Man's going to be the key to it. Ant-Man and Captain Marvel, I think, are going to be the key to the time travel. Because remember, Captain Marvel's powered by the Space Stone, the Tesseract.
That's right, yeah.
So I think it's going to be like that combined with the quantum realm machine. They're going to make some sort of time vortex thing. Then they make those sleek white suits and walk into a portal, probably.
And then they go into the portal, and on the other side is the Fantastic Four. Hello, guys. We've been waiting for you.
That'd be so good.
Yeah.
What are your theories on their white costumes?
Theories? They look like spacesuits to me.
They do, but like they have no helmet.
Yeah, well, they can put a helmet on. They don't have to put it on Earth.
They're going to have those Guardians of the Galaxy like helmets where you press it and it's like a bubble.
True. Because what's
Where's Rocket in those scenes?
He's short.
It cuts to like their legs and he's like
yeah, exactly. No, he's in that.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. He's literally just short. I'm pretty
so
sure
glad
I saw
Rocket's
him
in that movie.
Huh?
I'm so glad Rocket's in that movie.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
He's the best Guardian of the Galaxy.
Him and Thor are going to be so cool together.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope him and Captain Marvel have a team up.
Yeah. He lost the most important person to him.
Baby Groot. He lost Groot
and Baby Groot. Fuck, that's actually rough, dude.
That means he's going to have a third Groot. Unless they bring back
Baby Groot.
Same Baby Groot. Oh, no, it was Teen Groot at that point.
Yeah.
But it was still like, you're my son.
It's still not, it's like Groot 2.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Mick Groot, because Mick means son of, so it'd be Mick Groot. There you go.
I like how Groot in Infinity War doesn't do fucking anything until like the very end.
Yeah.
He's like,
he sacrifices his arm.
Yeah. At least he did something.
Yeah.
That's why they killed all those characters off, because they didn't do anything in that movie.
Yeah.
What does Spider-Man do?
He does the aliens thing. Have you seen the movie Aliens?
What does Doctor Strange do?
He does the...
It's a simple spell, but quite unbreakable.
Yeah. You know what? Don't shit on me. No, don't shit on me. I am Doctor Strange. Just so you know. No, I don't know. What is Doctor Strange gonna do? He's dead, so I don't know.
They're all dead.
What do you think he's gonna do when he gets back? What do you think his reaction's
He'll
gonna
be in Doctor Strange too. I feel like the people that come back will have no memory of the events of Infinity War, but the people that are alive will.
That's
you know
fucked.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like,
how do you explain that? You'd be like, "Hey, you died." Like.
Yeah, or maybe it's just like, because I feel like when they restore time, we'll go back like a few years. So maybe we'll kick off like before Infinity War even started.
Yeah.
Like that's where the timeline will be fixed.
Yeah.
Because not Homecoming, Far From Home will pick up like right after. And it doesn't look like they're like, oh, Jesus, everyone's fucking dead, you know? I feel like that no one has any memory of it.
What about normies?
No. I feel like just the Avengers are going to come out of it and be like, we're fucking frazzled. But everyone else is like, what happened? You know?
Yeah. Like, hey, you look 5
Which is kind of a big
older.
like flick in the face to whatever character development they had in Infinity War.
Yeah,
but I feel like those characters
really
didn't. That's why they were just side characters.
What about Wanda? And Vision? I feel like they kind of had like with the whole like killing him.
Yeah. Will they even be brought back? They will.
Like, well, if they didn't bring them back, then it'd be weird. It'd be like, what?
Yeah.
If they're going back in time, literally, they'd have to technically still be alive. They couldn't just like ignore the fact.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're going back in time to fix the present.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because when they come back to the present, everything will be fine. Because I think they're going to go back into the past movies and steal the gems. Like they'll go into Thor: The Dark World and be like,
mine.
We're taking this, so this never gets into the hands of the collector.
We're taking this.
We're going to
taking this.
First Avengers movie, taking the Tesseract. We're going to take Loki's scepter. Thank you. We'll go into the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie and be like, give me the orb.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that shit.
I feel like that's what some of it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I think that sounds real fun.
They're going to steal Goose. That's why he never shows up again.
Wow. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. He spits it out at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever happened to Goose? Because he stayed on Earth with Fury.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe, well, cats don't live too long, so maybe it died.
But it's a flurrican.
Yeah, maybe they live less
than cats. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I had something else to say about Endgame, but I forget.
I wonder what Wakanda's going to be like. The state of Wakanda. Is Shuri dead?
Shuri?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh. Yes.
I'd like
They showed her face in the trailer, like when it was like, these people are dead, but some people are saying that might be like a fake out.
Okay.
Because you didn't see her get snapped in the last one.
Yeah.
I feel like she would have been shown being faded away.
Yeah, definitely.
If she was dead. But yeah. No, what I was going to say is, you know how, you don't remember the Incredible Hulk very well, do you? But you know how at the end he fights the Hulk, the Abomination?
Kind of.
And he gets locked away somewhere, like he doesn't kill him. I was thinking, like, what if they bring that back, you know? They bring back Abomination because they're tying off all the loose ends.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah.
Because he could be locked. You know how they have that raft from Civil War where they lock away all the
that's right,
superpowered people.
Yeah.
I feel like he's there. So if there's a scene on the raft,
he would have been there for years then, decades.
Oh yeah.
Poor guy.
There's like a short film they did, I think around the first Thor, where they kind of addressed it. Where Agent Coulson, because at the end of Incredible Hulk, fucking General Ross comes in. He's like, "Hey, we've got something for you if you want to join, you know, a secret superhero group or something." He doesn't say that. He says something better than that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense because you think he means like, oh, we've got the Hulk, but General Ross doesn't like the Hulk. So, wait, I've got this all backwards.
Yeah,
Tony Stark comes in and he says, "Oi, I hear you've got a Hulk for me, you know," but he doesn't have the Hulk. He had the other Hulk, the Abomination. So they retroactively made it so that Tony Stark was trying to purposefully annoy General Ross so he wouldn't give him the Abomination. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. Remember when they tried to fix plot holes like that? It was a bit mattered.
They still try to do that, honestly, in movies.
Anyways, enough Endgame talk. Toy Story 4. What do you think?
I'm excited.
Looks so
Except
good.
for that depressing shit.
I'm excited for an Woody going through an existential crisis with a sentient fork that doesn't want to be alive. And it's questioning ideas of consciousness.
He's like, why am I alive? Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels like an indie movie. Especially with that Beach Boys song. God only knows what I'd
do without you. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. God only knows what.
And it's the way it's like edited with Woody and the fork, like walking down the street. And Bo Peep's like, "This is the life you've been missing, Woody. There's so much more than just being a toy and being played with by kids, you know?" He's like, "I was born to be a toy, but I don't know what my purpose is anymore."
Oh God, I'm already like getting like, oh fuck, feels from this.
And like all the people that are like, "Ew, they shouldn't make a Toy Story 4." Like, yeah, sure, but like, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to.
Yeah,
it doesn't ruin anything.
No.
You can watch the end of Toy Story 3 and it's still as impactful.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I don't see why people are like, it's going to ruin Toy Story 3. It had a perfect ending.
No, it's because people are just precious about things that they didn't even care about until the news came out in the first place.
Yeah, and they're all going to see it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so annoying because it's like, they probably don't even think about Toy Story, and then they say Toy Story 4 is coming out, like, it's going to get ruined. Yeah, it's like, well, you don't even think about it on a daily basis anyway, so why do you care? Like, honestly.
I think about that second one on a daily basis. I reference it a lot, like just in everyday life.
Yeah.
Like whenever I see or like try to go through a automatic door and it's not opening, I do like the jump.
I love that.
And if I'm with someone, like it's like that scene in Toy Story 2 and they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you know the scene from Toy Story 2. Yeah. Because there was a door at uni where like it was for a car. Like underneath the web center.
Oh, yeah.
Like it opens if a car like goes to it. But like if it's a person, you need like a few people to like jump. And, like, it's like Toy Story.
That's funny. I love that.
Anyways, Aladdin trailer. Did you watch that?
No.
I did. And it looks
I still
good.
haven't watched it.
If you like Aladdin, it's probably going to be that. But real people. Well, that's a good song. It's probably the best song in that movie.
It is the best song in that movie. No doubt about it.
I hope that's in the new one. Yeah. The trailer plays 2 of the songs. It plays "You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me," but it's Will Smith going like, "Hey, I'm a hip hopping dude." Oh shit!
I was in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Remember that?
They kind of make a Fresh Prince reference. Well, people think it's a Fresh Prince reference because Aladdin's like, "Can you make me a prince?" And then Will Smith's like, "You have to be a bit more specific than that, because I could just," and he makes like a prince like in the distance. People are saying like it's the Fresh Prince because he's kind of in like 90s clothes. He's like, "I could just make you a prince." Everyone's like, "Ha ha ha ha." You know, I think they make that joke in the original one too.
That's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's origin story.
He gets snapped into existence by the genie. He's like,
that's why he does it.
Now this is the story about how
he never actually had a mum and dad. Like that's why he lives with his aunt and uncle.
Well, they never address that he has a parents in that opening theme song, do they?
Yeah. No, yeah, they do.
I think that,
I got one little fight. My mom got scared.
Oh,
And she was moving to yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plot hole.
No, it was memories created in his mind.
Oh,
that's why
Eternal Sunshine.
That's why they never come back to him.
Oh shit.
His parents, because yeah.
But anyways, Aladdin trailer. I'm liking it now. I like the Will Smith genie, even though I fucking hated it.
You did. You were shitting on it a lot.
It looked disgusting, but I think they fixed the CG in this one, and it doesn't look as embarrassing.
Yay.
And Will Smith's like in human form a lot of the time too, so he's just like, "Hey, I'm Will Smith. I do a thing. I do the magic. Hey." And then they play the "A Whole New World," and I was like, "Ah," because I wasn't expecting the music for some reason.
Actual music, yeah.
Yeah, and they're on the magic carpet, and there's Guy Ritchie action sequences of people running around a marketplace. You know,
I want
fun.
dancing and musical stuff in it.
I think there will be.
I really hope there is.
The girl who plays Jasmine, I didn't realize she was the pink Power Ranger in Power Rangers.
Power Rangers
the movie.
Oh, the movie.
The movie,
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say this show. I'm surprised she's not a fucking drug dealer. So
She was either the pink one or the yellow one. I can't remember.
I never watched that movie. Don't plan on watching it either.
It was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like it used the Avengers formula, I guess. So where there's no action until the very end. But
yeah.
The action at the end of Power Rangers was disgusting to look at.
Oh god.
And they play the Power Rangers theme for like 10 seconds to get you like hyped up. You know the Power Rangers thing? Go, go, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like when they first get into their Megazords and like,
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And then they don't play it again.
Oh no.
They play Kanye West, dude.
What the fuck?
They're about to fight the fucking gold dudes and it's like, power. Power.
Really?
And they're like flying around. It's like, no one man should have all that
Oh my
power.
god.
I'm like, okay, I like this. I like this.
That's crazy. No one man. But it's not just one man. It's a couple guys and a couple
A
girls.
couple girls, yeah.
Yeah.
A few guys and a couple girls.
Yeah.
And they defeat, who's the villain then? Elizabeth Banks.
No way, really?
By slapping her into space. And they follow a shot of her like flying into space. She's like, oh no.
Oh my god. I hate that.
That's the thing where it's like the movie takes itself seriously up until the end, where it's like goofy Power Rangers.
And then it doesn't earn that then if it just
because it's meant to be like a serious coming of age movie. It's like because the Blue Ranger has autism, and he's like, oh, I'm autistic. You know, I didn't think I'd have friends, and I don't fit in anywhere.
Is he attractive though?
He's
or like movie attractive. You know what I mean?
I
It's
don't know. He's like
supposed to be attractive.
No, have you ever seen Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl?
Yeah.
He's Earl, black guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget who plays the rest of them. The red guy looks like Discount Zac Efron. The Black Ranger's like some Asian guy. I don't fucking know. They swapped around the stereotypes so that people wouldn't complain. Because you know how in the show, like the Black Ranger's the black,
and then the pink Power Ranger was the girl, and the yellow Power Ranger was the Asian one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The red guy's like the hot-headed guy.
Yeah.
The blue one's like the cool guy.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck that. Yeah.
I remember Max Landis wrote a Power Rangers script because he was the original writer of that movie, but they never used it. But he was going to make the Pink Ranger like the guy, and it was going to be like a running gag.
Oh,
where he's like, oh, why did I get stuck with pink? Ugh.
Oh, God. Please don't do that. Colors aren't assigned to genders, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, other trailer, Lucy in the Sky trailer. I want to talk about that because I think it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Noah Hawley.
I don't know him.
I'm a big fan of that guy. You've seen Fargo though, right? This show.
The show, yeah. I've only seen a couple episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Season 1 was so good. And Legion, he did Legion. The best comic book show.
I haven't seen that. No, is it on Netflix?
No, I can't find it like anywhere online. I have the DVD of like, the first season.
When did it come out?
It started 2017, so it's not that old.
Okay, it's not old at all. No.
It's got Dan Stevens as the main dude.
Is it continue? Is that like still going?
Yeah, there's 2 seasons. I never saw season 2 because once again, there's no way to access it in Australia unless you buy it somewhere.
Correct.
But yeah.
Okay.
I think this movie looks really good. Natalie Portman chooses good
No,
roles.
it does look really good. I liked in the trailer when the aspect ratio changed to like.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa, okay.
It has an interesting tone it's going for.
It's got like a descent into madness feel.
Yeah, exactly. And great cast as well. I was like, holy, look at all these dudes. And he's doing a Doctor Doom movie as well, which I'm so hyped for. But I hope this doesn't become an Edgar Wright scenario where he gets kicked off because, Fox just got consumed by Disney. But apparently he's met with like Kevin Feige a few times to discuss the movie. So I think they're going to work something out where it's in the MCU, but it's still his movie.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm excited for this Lucy in the Sky movie. I didn't know it was a thing until like this week.
I didn't know until yesterday. So.
Yeah, and I saw like they started like a Twitter page for it. And I was like, Noah Hawley's making a movie?
Boy.
And it looks really good.
It does look really
I stumbled across the trailer accidentally because I was making my list of like most anticipated 2019 movies. And I saw the Lucy in the Sky. And I was like, there's a trailer? And it was like uploaded like an hour ago. I was like, really? Yep. Looks really good.
The real lady that it's about drove like a ridiculous amount of miles and like hours. And because of that, she wore space diapers so she didn't have to stop to pee or poo.
Wow. That's madness. I wonder if that'll be in the movie.
Yeah, I really want it to be in the movie.
And I like the end of the trailer. They play a little bit of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah, the Beatles. All the comments on that trailer, like, I thought this was going to be a Beatles movie.
They're already making that. It's called Yesterday by Danny Boyle.
Yes, and it's about the Beatles, but not the Beatles.
That looks good, though. When does that come out? So many fucking movies this year. When I was making my list, I was like, Jesus, so many movies. I'm going to go broke. Yeah. As if I'm not already, but I'm going to go more broke. I was
about to say, like...
Okay, just throw some...
No, not shade. I'm like... salt at you.
It's like that Kung Fu Panda meme where the thing gets thrown at him. He's like...
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yep. And guess we can talk about James Gunn getting rehired.
Congratulations, James, even though you probably never was properly fired.
Yeah, that's what people have been saying. Yeah. I think Disney did it as like a PR move where they're like, we better do this so that people don't like get our asses. Like we get the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
Where you can't get mad at Disney.
Have you seen that screenshot where it was Edgar Wright texted him?
Yeah, I sent you that. Yeah.
And all he did was send him a thumbs up. That's what I was like, that's amazing. So Edgar Wright texted James, like, congratulations, man. Like, you're back in. And James Gunn just texted back a Facebook thumbs up. And I was like, fuck, he was never out in the first place. That's how I knew when I saw that text. I was like, yeah.
Because apparently there was an interview with Sean Gunn. It was like the premiere of some movie like recently. And they asked him like, oh, with James Gunn gone, blah, 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 what's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 looking like at the moment? And Sean Gunn said something like, I have a feeling everything's going to turn out okay.
Oh,
so like he knew.
Yeah.
Like,
he knew, yeah.
Yeah, I think this has been a thing for a little while.
For a little while, yeah.
But yeah, it's good he's back. It feels like if they brought Edgar Wright back for Ant-Man.
Don't.
Like I remember when... they were still looking for a director for Ant-Man. I'm like, they should just bring back Edgar Wright. But I think it's different with that because Edgar Wright left on purpose. Like, he wasn't fired.
Yeah, it wasn't over anything, like, political. It was just, like, creative reasons.
He's like, I want to make it a movie. You don't want to make my movie. I leave it a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Marvel were in a weird phase at that time where they were being too pedantic and putting their hands... in the movies
Marvel
too much.
Studios were,
because I know Joss Whedon was very vocal about that because that's why he left Marvel after Age of Ultron. Because he's like, they made him add all this shit, and they gave him like, they wanted him to cut like the Hawkeye subplot in the farm to add like something else.
No,
and
I like that bit.
Yeah, it's little stuff like that where he's like, I don't like this anymore. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. James Gunn's back, and I can't wait for him to conclude the trilogy that he started. It will be the first Marvel trilogy that has a same director the whole way through.
Holy fuck, Jesus H. That's not okay. Really? The only one is Guardians of the Galaxy, and it wasn't even supposed to be that way in any way, or as public.
Yeah, well,
we're not
I guess
to know that.
John Favreau, he did the first 2 Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think he didn't do Iron Man 3 because he was working on something else at the time. But he was in Iron Man 3, so
he was
still there. He was still kicking.
He was still there, yeah. He was still around.
Yeah.
I like Iron
They made
Man.
us think he died. Then at the end, he's like, "I'm not dead."
You wish I was dead, bitch.
And at the end, they're like, "We make you think Pepper Potts is dead, but no, I'm not dead."
Yeah, that was weird, but I was okay with it.
Then they make you think the Mandarin's in it, and it's like the Mandarin's not in it. What a good movie. I actually like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to get into issue 50.
Yeah, I'm tired now.
I'm tired. We're not even recording at night this time.
No, it's just my neck's really hurting. And,
okay.
I'm tired in like a physical way.
Okay.
Like, my neck
A
really
physical
hurts.
way.
All right, every boy, every girl, everyone that's not a boy or girl, every non-binary, everyone in between. I see you. Dogs, cats, hamsters, guinea pigs.
I thought you were reading
birds.
the comic.
This is issue 50. You heard that right, of the Amazing Spider-Man.
I was going to say, Stanley's really jumped the gun on this one with this fucking intro. It's like non-binary. It's like, wait. Was that a thing?
Sorry, that's actually really funny. Imagine Stanley being like, all right, boys and girls, and non-binary. No, that's funny. It's just funny coming out of Stanley's mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, now calm the fuck down, everyone. I don't want to get in trouble. I've already gotten in trouble for doing... Okay, I'm not going to say what that was. All right. Spider-Man No More. The infamous issue. It's not really that.
I'm Spider-Man. No more.
No more. What say we skip any long introductions? If one glance doesn't tell you where this is, then turn your web shooter on the way out. Okay, so basically we open with Spider-Man. He's in a bank and bashing people up. And it looks like a robbery, and he's doing his biz. He's like, quipping. And the guys are like, hey, Spider-Man, hey, we're just trying to rob a bank. And he's like, sock, zap,
Sock.
whack, walk. Walk it like a tucket.
I imagine them going like, hey, we're robbing a bank. And Spider-Man's like, sock.
Fuck off. Sock.
They're like, what? Twop.
Walk. Zap.
22 Jump Street, where it's like, you can say anything you want, just whatever comes to your mind. It's like, for fire toe.
This is too much for me already. Okay, I'm a wave. I'm alive.
I'm a wave.
I meant to say I'm awake or I'm alive, and I don't think I'm awake.
I'm a wave.
Okay. I want to play video games. Okay. I'm not going to talk about Devil May Cry 5 on this podcast, I promise. I just did, but I'm not going to go into any more detail. Anyway, so this is the comic. He bashes the guys up, and he runs out of web fluid, and he says, excuse this door, and he bashes a door over their heads altogether.
That's right, I remember that.
Yeah. Because I've got to save my webbing. It's especially expensive at the corner drugstore. He's just taking the piss. Anyway, he's so he saved all these people at the bank from being robbed, and one of the ladies goes, oh, thank you, Spider-Man, you saved us. But the guy's like, stay back. He's a crook. I've heard Jameson say that on the Daily Bugle. And then Spider-Man's like, hey, I'm just trying to help. I don't bite. And the guy's like, stop. Don't talk to him. Don't come closer to us. So, it's a bit awful. Like, Spider-Man doesn't feel very good about this because he just saved them. And they're going like, stay back, asshole. And he's just like, what the fuck, dude? Anyway, he's swinging around the town. And he says, boy, Jameson's baddie editorials have done more harm than all the crooks in town. No matter what I do, half the population is still scared of me.
Oh,
poor Spidey. He goes, well, who cares what people think anyway? And he changes back into Peter Parker on the top of a fucking tower, which is like, just casual, just Spidey things. Hashtag just Spidey things. Anyway, so he goes back to his apartment with Harry, and Harry answers the door and he goes, oh my gosh, Pete, Mrs. Watson called earlier. It's your aunt. She's ill.
as always, like in...
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since she died.
Yeah, it's been.
Do you want to put that time code down?
I'll make a mental note.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's been 1 week since Aunt May died. Dun, dun, I don't know.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I know that
please
song.
Stop me. So he scoots on over on his bike. He busts through the door and he says, Mrs. Watson, I got here as fast as I could. What happened? And she goes, it's all right, Peter. She's just resting now. The doctor gave her a sedative because she kept on calling for you. She was so worried.
Ooh.
So sad. Anyway, there's Aunt May resting, looking like a fucking Draga from Skyrim. It's like undead.
Okay.
Do you have to? Like, like right now?
What if that's not like meant to be a football and it's like shoelaces?
Okay, so what are we up to? Anyway, so he goes, shush. Mrs. Watson says, we better let her sleep. I'll tell her you are here, Pete. So Pete leaves and he feels so bad. He's like,
no.
Ever since I moved in, Harry, I hardly even thought about Aunt May. And then he starts thinking, after all she did for me, she spent a lifetime looking after me like her own son. Why I haven't, I should care about her. Why don't I care enough? And he's pretty bummed out. Anyway, he's reflecting. In fact, he doesn't even have a mum and stuff. Anyway, the next day, at the conclusion of his science test at university, he looks like he's wearing the fucking ugliest, itchiest sweater.
I hate that so much.
Seen. It's, oh my God, it's awful.
Why'd he draw that?
Yeah.
Just give him a normal sweater.
It literally looks like he didn't want to be bothered drawing like the colors for his sweater, so he just fucking like scribbled instead.
Uh-huh.
That's what it looks like. It looks like scribble.
I feel like that's more effort than just
True, yeah,
doing it
than just coloring
plain.
it, yeah, because then you just have ink and you just, whatever. So, he doubts he passed, and the teacher says, I need to see you after class, and he says to Pete, your grades have been declining. You came to this class with the finest record in science I've ever seen. I hope you just don't feel like you can coast along on that. And Pete goes, no, sir, I'm going to start buckling down. And he's walking out of class, and Gwen bumps into him, and Gwen's like, hey, do you want to come to a little get together tonight? And Pete's like, I'd really love to, but I need to give you a rain check, Gwen. She goes, okay, that's all right. I am disappointed, just so you know. So Pete's walking to his bike. He's thinking all about all the things that are worrying him, like, probably the only one who'll have to refuse her invitation, all because of Spider-Man's complications that are created in my life. And I haven't even been able to see Scatterbrain Mary Jane these days. And oh gosh, no one else has these problems. Why me? Basically, he's just being a sook.
He's done this at least 5 times before.
We know the drill. Anyway, he's at home and he's still being a sook, thinking about the job that Harry's dad offered him at the chemistry lab. And then he's interrupted by the TV. And guess who's on the fucking TV? JJ.
Triple J.
And he's talking about how Spider-Man's a public enemy. And he even goes as far to say that I'll give anybody, how much money does he say? $1,000 for the capture and conviction of that wall-crawling mockery of a man. And Pete's like, what the fuck, $1,000 reward just for me? He hates me far more than I thought. And the terrible thing is, he actually means it. He actually believes what he says. He sincerely thinks that I'm a threat to society. And we have this awesome, cool panel that I love so much with the yellow in the background. That's like, menace, egomaniac, public enemy, fraud, mentally disturbed. And Pete's like in the foreground going, perhaps only a madman would do what I do, taking the risks, accepting the dangers, and for what? After all these years, it suddenly must be clear. I must be a glory-hungry fool or worse. So he's basically, he's never, ever given any entertainment to the things that J. Jonah Jameson has said about him before. Like, not that I remember. And now he's suddenly going like, wait a second, maybe he's right. Maybe I am just egotistical. Maybe I'm doing this just for the thrill of it.
Imagine $1,000 reward for someone now.
Yeah,
it's
that'd
like
be
only
like,
$1,000.
Like, please fuck off. Like, to capture someone, like, yeah, no. You'd have to at least give me 10,000. At least. Come on, guys. That's a human life we're talking about.
Maybe for like a missing pet.
Yeah.
But not like a human.
An actual human being. Like, that would be really hard to do just for 1,000. You could do a lot easier things for $1,000.
It would take you $1,000 to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably more, but yeah. Probably cost you more than money.
More than money.
Emotional damage. Anyway, so Pete walks out in the rain on the street because he's a sad boy. Without an umbrella, might I add. And he's thinking, Spider-Man has brought me nothing but unhappiness. Aunt May, my friends, the girls in my life. I've jeopardized everything that really matters. And for what? And so he walks down an alleyway. Sorry.
What have you done?
I know, it's disgusting. And he throws his Spidey suit in the bin. We have this awesome iconic panel of
From
Spidey
Spider-Man 2.
Yes, the best Spider-Man, or the best comic book movie of all time. And he's thinking, I was just a young, unthinking teenager when I first became Spider-Man, but the years have a way of slipping by, of changing the world about us, and every boy, sooner or later, must always put away his toys and become a man. So he's put away his
Raindrops are falling on my head.
Ba-ba-da.
And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his head. That's what's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if the rest of the movie's just Spider-Man 2?
Lol, oh
like
my God.
Put in the disc and start an hour into it.
No, Pete goes home and puts on Spider-Man.
He's like, wait a minute. That's me. It's actually similar in that movie, like when he, like the last year of him giving up. Or not the last year, but he picks up a newspaper and it's like Doc Ock and Spidey rob a bank together. And he's like, fuck this.
Yeah, literally.
J. Jonah Jameson's all up in my grill.
Yeah, fuck J. Jonah.
There's actually a lot of Spider-Man 2 parallels in this one.
Yeah.
I'll mention them as they happen.
All right. So we cut to J. Jonah Jameson's office at the Daily Bugle, and a little boy is running into the his office, but Betty Brant's trying to stop him, going, "Hey, little boy, stop that shit!" And he runs in.
Yeah, this happens in Spider-Man 2. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, it does.
But it's not a little boy. It's the garbage man.
The garbage man.
Yeah.
The garbage.
Garbaggio.
The garbage man. Anyway, and he goes, Miss Bryant, since when do you like punk kids barging into my office?
Come into barging my office.
That's how it actually says it. And then the kid's like, wait a second, hold it before you blow a gasket. Look at what I found in the trash can. His voice cracks halfway through. Sorry. And J. Jonah Jameson is like, oh my fucking God, boy, what is this? Let me see this. If I'll be hanged if it isn't it. It looks like the real McCoy. And if you found it in a trash can, it can only mean one thing. So he says to the little boy's like, where's my reward? And he goes, yeah, just grab a free paper on your way out. Fucking asshole.
What if he didn't give up and he just like threw out his old suit and made a new one?
Yeah, lol, that'd be funny. He's like calling all the, yeah. Anyway.
And Spider-Man's like, what? I'm confused.
Yeah, he's like, sorry. Like, anyway. So he prints the spread, full page, front row spread, whatever you call it. What is it? Front page article is Spider-Man through with spelled THRU. Okay.
Drive through.
Texting before it actually happens. And it's the talk of the town. Everyone's reading it. Everyone's talking about it. And J. Jonah Jameson is delighted.
This happened in Spider-Man 2 as well. Mm-hmm. Where have you gone to, Spider-Man? Where have you gone to, Spider-Man?
Nice transition. Anyway. Sorry, I thought you had
transition into what?
Into the next bit I'm about to talk about. So.
What if you could do like a digital star wipe? I guess it would be like a magical like sound, wouldn't it? Be like
digital.
Sorry, audio sound wipe.
Say like, sorry.
Continue.
Okay. So J. Jonah Jameson's on the radio. They're even talking about it on the TV. Sorry, not on the radio. So I'm so old fashioned. I've been watching too much Mad Men.
Mad Men would be happening around the same time as these stories.
So they you just see Don Draper walking. He's like, I got an advertisement for you, J. Jonah Jameson.
Spider-Man swings by in Mad Men.
Yeah. It's an Easter egg. You just see him swing by the office.
No one ever mentions it, but every episode Spider-Man's like,
fuck off. That would be the best. I would love that. Anyway.
And he goes, no.
No.
Snaps it on the window. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, shit. No.
That's like a bee.
He is a spider. That's fucked. Okay, so they're on talk shows and shit.
We up here on talk shows and shit.
Talk shows and shit. Okay, and then we cut to the highest echelons of the underworld, where the reaction is equally fast and far-reaching. And then we see a big fat guy with a bald head and a staff. I wonder who that could be. This is the moment we've been waiting for. With Spider-Man gone, my plans can reach fruition. I'm trying to do Kingpin voices so
Wilson Fisk, yo.
Tell the boys to start spreading the word. I want every mob in the city to know the Kingpin is ready to take over. Will do, Kingpin. We'll have a summit meeting that'll make Appalachian look like a tea party. So that's what's happening. I just read out the whole panel. I'm so sorry. I'm actually explaining what's happening. So Kingpin is like, fucking get ready, boys. We're going to take over the city. Aye! And then this guy's like, yeah, let's do it. So like all the crime mob people in the city are having sneaky secret squirrel meetings. Yeah. Remember that, guys, from the first episode? Secret squirrel. So they're having secret squirrel meetings and about this whole plan to take over the city and who they should crown as the next crime boss. And Foswell
crime boss.
Sally Ross.
What?
Anyway, so what's his Foswell? Look how fucking dumb his hair looks there. Look, he's got like fucking Tommy Pickles hair.
What if that's not hair?
What else would it be?
His third eyebrow.
Okay, sorry, his eyebrow. Yeah, sorry, his eyebrow's on his forehead.
Yeah. His third eye.
Oh, third eyebrow. What the fuck? You okay, dude? Okay, sorry. All right, I've got it out of my system. So Foswell, dressed up as Patch, is seeing this, and he tries to get in on this action. But those crime people are like, "Hey, get out of here, dude. You're small chum. We don't need you, small fry." He's like, "All right, we're fucking." And then we cut to the fucking blah blah blah. What is it called? The meeting of all the crime bosses, and they're like, "Who should we crown as our mob boss?" And they're like, "Kingpin," and they're like, "Okay," and Foswell, gets back to his apartment and he takes off the Patch mask and he's like, I don't have to be genius to figure out what's going on. Spider-Man helped to keep the underworld on the run. They were disorganized, fearful, cautious, but now it's different. With the web sling out of the action, they're ready to pool their forces. Judging by the ones I've seen, it could be the most powerful army of crime ever assembled. And since somebody will have to lead them, why couldn't it be me, the man called Patch? Like, fucking in your dreams, Foswell, to be honest. And basically he reckons that no one will suspect him because he's turned straight since he's gone, worked for the Bugle and he's out of bail and stuff. Out of jail, sorry.
Yes.
Bailed out of jail. And then, he visits J. Jonah Jameson. And he shows Foswell the framed picture or the framed suit that he has hanging up on his wall, which is like the movie Spider-Man 2.
Yes, he doesn't frame it in Spider-Man 2 though. He just pins it to the wall.
Yeah, he's just with thumbtacks like...
Actually, I hope he didn't pin it. Go tear the suit.
Yeah.
I wonder how he did it. He hangs it somehow. But I remember I love how very comic booky it is because it's pinned up very specifically on the wall.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man just steals it behind Jameson's back in a 2-second thing. Because Jameson's like, I miss Spider-Man. He was a hero. He really truly was. And then you hear a then he turns around, the suit's gone. He's like, what?
What? I love that.
Like a cartoon.
It's my favorite. It's actually so...
Then suddenly he's like, he's a menace. I hate him. He ruins everything.
It is exactly like the comics. Like I love it so much. It's so perfectly done. Anyway, so Pete walks in and he goes, "What the fuck? Like, say, what's going on here?" And he's like literally looking at his suit on the wall going like, he's like, yeah, literally.
How'd that get here?
Yeah, he's so confused. I love it. Like, look at his face. He's like, oh, fuck. He's so shocked. And anyway, he says, "I just came by to tell you not to expect any more pictures from me. I quit. I'm going to study like a good college person should." And J. Jonah Jameson goes, "Hey, you fucking asshole. You can't fucking quit. I've been so good." He doesn't actually say that. But basically, he acts like a prick and says, "I've been like a father to you and you're deserting me. This is what I get for my friendship and kindness." And Pete's just like, "Yeah, all right. Simmer down, Skinflint. If you say that nice guys never finish last, then you won't have to worry." So, yeah, that's the end of that. And we see a little montage of more crime happening around the city. It's like really bad.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
2 can be as bad as 1.
Donkey.
Fuck you. You really hit me out of left field with that. I was not expecting that. Anyway.
Yeah, like Shrek 2.
Get it? Shrek 2. 2 can be as bad as 1.
Oh, that's why he sang it.
Mm-hmm. So, in the Kingpin's office, and he receives a special report. "Most of the boys got themselves nabbed by the cops, but it was worth it. We found out what you wanted to know." And Kingpin's like, "Good. It was worth losing."
What's going on with this voice? "Oh, good, Doc.
All right, Kingpin's British now. "Good. It was worth losing a few idiots to make a."
He's Christian Bale.
to make certain. Sorry. Okay. I can't. This means that time has come to proceed with my master plan. Instead of many rival gangs operating haphazardly through the city, instead of countless crooks acting alone without a chance against the people, the underworld will now run like a business, and the chairman of the board will be Kingpin.
Kingpin.
All right, and the next day at good old ESU, everyone's talking about, the whole crime wave throughout the city, and Pete's just like, "Oh man, what the fuck?"
What is happening?
And then he gets on this bike.
This is like one of the most iconic issues of Spider-Man. And we're like,
Okay, I'm sorry. It's funnier this way, okay? You all know what happens. You've probably read it if you're an actual Spider-Man fan anyway.
They've seen Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, you don't need to read it if you've seen Spider-Man 2. And anyway, he gives Gwen a lift home. She's like, "I got a letter from my swinging soldier boy, Flash."
Soldier Boy? Baby, you know that I miss you. I want to get with
you. Oh my god.
That's Flash.
Flash
That's what the message says.
Yeah.
Baby, you know that I missed you.
Soldier boy, tell him all. Crank me, whammy, oh. Yeah, anyway. Sorry. I've got a frog in my throat. Anyway.
Okay, Tom Holland.
So he read it. It's in his mouth, not his throat.
He swallowed it.
Croissant. Anyway, so he's the same old Howlin' Hotshot. He gives the VCs 24 hours to clear out when he gets there. If anyone else scribbled that, we'd call him a great little kidder. This is Gwen now. But since he's flasheroo, they better start packing. He really turns you on, doesn't he, Gwen? I'm just going to read it out word for word right now.
It's an audiobook.
Anyway, so they're riding home, and Gwen's holding on to him on the bike. And they're very obviously fucking flirting. So she's like, "Face it, classmate." And
you just hit the jackpot.
You just hit the jackpot. How many blushing blondes would you find in hip, handsome football? What?
How many blondes would you find hip, handsome football?
I've lost the plot. Sorry, how many blushing blondes would find a handsome, hip football hero totally repulsive? Okay, they're talking about Flash still. Fuck. And then Pete's like, I'm sorry I asked, pretty girl. How was the party? She says, a disaster without you. Oh, cute. Anyway, so thanks for the lift. Anytime, princess. He drives off. Let's get back on track. No more sillies, okay? We're on page 14, for God's sake.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, so then 2 ounces of gasoline later, Pete gets to Aunt May's place, check if she's okay, and she's sitting up, so she's feeling a bit better. And fucking MJ shows up. She's like, quick, somebody call the beauty parlor. It's an emergency. A living, breathing male walked in and didn't notice me. I'm a washout. Shut up, bitch.
Shailene Woodley.
Shailene Woodley. Come on, girl.
Can you imagine her being like that? It's like, yeah, no. You just look like a woman.
Yeah, literally. Anyway.
Oh, I remember everyone was being so mean to her when she was cast as MJ.
Yeah.
Like the set photos. Because like there was leaked set photos of her like walking out of her trailer to get her like makeup done.
Yeah.
And it was like early morning, so like she looked like, you know, someone who'd just woken up.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, she's cast as MJ, she looks like a fucking blah.
Oh no.
And it was like, so mean, yeah.
They just wanted her to have a wet t-shirt with no bra on, like in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Basically.
They wanted her to be Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
35-year-old Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. You know what? I love Kirsten Dunst, so don't at me.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, I'm not you. This is the listeners. Anyway.
Snaggletooth.
Yes, I have a snaggletooth.
Oh, yeah. You're just like, MJ.
Mariah Johnson.
Michelle.
Oh, that's Michelle Jones, not
Mariah Johnson. I thought you were just saying someone else.
Okay, no.
Michael Jackson.
Michael. Stop! That's insensitive. He's a pedo.
He's a pedophile.
He's a pedophile, yeah.
He liked Spider-Man.
Yeah, he actually did.
He wanted to be cast as Spider-Man. He wanted to buy the rights so he could make a Spider-Man movie and be Spider-Man.
That's how you know he was a fucking crazy man. Like,
can you imagine him as Spider-Man? In the 90s too, it wasn't even like when he was young.
Fuck. Jesus, that would have been so fucking terrifying. Horrifying. Like literally horrific.
Mid-transformation fucking Michael Jackson.
Hey, MJ.
With long-ass hair.
Yeah, he's just like, oh no, are you okay?
Him in the Spider-Man costume being like,
oh. With great power. Uncle Ben, no, it's all my fault. Anyway.
He'd put his songs in there too, probably.
He just wanted to be in latex anyway. Where am I up to? I said no sillies, but here we are. Anyway, so MJ is going off to rehearsal some shit, and she asked him for a lift, and he says no, and then
what?
Because he's got to go. Because he's got to stay with Aunt May for a while, and then after later at night he goes back home, and he's like, you know what? This is the fucking life, dude. I love this. And he's listening to the radio and reading a book on the couch. He's like, I'm actually relaxing,
Nothing's worrying me.
Literally.
Bum, bum.
But even as the seemingly retired superhero luxuriates in his room, business goes on as usual throughout the city.
I thought you said seemingly retarded superhero. Like, they just slipped that in there.
Yeah.
He might kill himself.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, they're stealing fucking payroll or some shit like that. Payroll for welfare people. And it comes on the radio while Pete's, listening. And he goes, a robbery on the west side. If that money isn't recovered, what happens to the relief payments this month? This is, handicapped people, old people, infants. They will be the sufferers. And he starts literally ripping his clothes off. Imagine if you were Kyrie watching this, like, what the fuck? Why he's saying all this out loud and starting to rip his clothes off. Because look, he's actually saying this out loud.
Oh, yeah, so, he is.
And he's like, and then he's ripping his clothes off and he goes, doi. Oh, that's right. Silly me. I made a vow. And then he walks into the kitchen.
He does a similar thing in Spider-Man too. When he sees the burning building, he's like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not wearing it.
Exactly. Imagine he just took his shirt off and people are like, I bet it wouldn't even be a weird thing because New York is fucking crazy. So people would just be like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go to New York.
I mean, there's people dressed like as Spider-Man, just walking around fucking Times Square all the time, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Let's go to New York.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Shaking on that.
I shake with the wrong hand.
Yeah. You have a sweaty hand.
I do.
That's fine. It's okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said
They all
anything,
needed to
but
know
I'm
that.
like, I don't know.
And I need to wash them.
No, it's fine. I point out things that like are really obvious, and I hate that about
It's
myself.
really obvious.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I make every situation worse. Anyway.
Oh, no.
Mike, help me. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay. And Spider-Man's like,
I'm really doing this. I felt so bad about saying that I'm making you
He's giving me the rest of the work.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a better sweater now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Then Harry's like, you heard any more thought about that job offer from my papa? And he's like, yeah, actually, as soon as I sort out some shit, then
I can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Then he meets up with Gwen, and he says, "Oi, how about a soda, a sandwich, and a spin after class, woman?"
Woman.
He's like, "I love it,
American woman.
love it, man. But I got a date with Harry tonight."
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh, you two aren't pinned or anything, are you?"
Oh.
And she's like, "Hey, first flash night, Harry. You're always trying to pair me off, aren't you?" And they're like, "Ooh, yeah, maybe this is a thing." And Peter goes home to check on Aunt May and Anna Watkins.
Watkins.
And they're like, "Oh, I'm feeling so much better, dear. We're going to the movies now." And Peter's like, "Oh, geez, I gave up Spider-Man to have more time to see my family and friends to find out they don't even need me."
Aunt May's the only person on Earth that can go from like near on death's door to the movies in one day. Yeah.
And then, well, Peter did that last time too.
Yeah.
But he wasn't
But
on the
he's
brink of
got
death.
super fucking powers. So.
Yeah. And Peter was like, "I'm going to go bury myself in a book." But on the way home, like some mischief is happening on a roof.
Mm-hmm.
Like, "Hey, help, somebody help. Something's wrong atop that warehouse roof." And this is his Spider-Man 2 burning building moment.
Yay!
But it's not a burning building.
It
It's
is.
a night watchman getting
On
beaten
a
up
rooftop.
and mugged by these criminals. Peter jumps up. He's not in a Spider-Man costume though, so he has to be like real sneaky and like conceal his face
Yeah.
and stay in the shadows. And this night watchman's like, "Hey, wait, I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you prevented a robbery and saved my life. I don't understand. How'd you do it?" Then he's like, "If you wait around, there'll be a reward." He's like, "All right, I won't try to stop you. You must have your reasons." Peter's just not saying anything because he's like, I can't let them hear my voice. Cause
Yeah. He tries to get out of the situation so fast. He's like straight away like, okay, fuck, I'm out of here. Like as soon as he punches them.
Then he's at the pier or at like a jetty, like thinking. He's like, "Wait,
This is a good, really
the
good
whole
bit.
reason I came to be Spider-Man in the first place is because the Watchmen reminded him of Uncle Ben."
That's right. Yeah, his face reminded him of Uncle Ben.
He's like, I could have saved Uncle Ben. That's the whole reason I became Spider-Man, because it was selfish of me to let that burglar run by and
kill him.
And because for my own personal gain, because I wanted to save money and stuff. And we pretty much just see like the flashback to Amazing Fantasy 15, and we see him find out the guy that he didn't stop was
the guy who killed
Uncle Ben. Yada yada. Great power comes great responsibility. All that stuff.
All that jazz.
And then we see Kingpin's headquarters. Foswell comes and he's like, "Hey, you ever hear the big man, mister? You're looking at him."
Ooh.
And Kingpin says like, "I remember you, Foswell. I thought you'd gone straight." And he's like, "So did I, but I can't stand by and watch someone else pick up where I left off. If anyone's going to organize the mobs, it's got to be me." And Kingpin's like, "What the fuck do you think you are?" And he shoots like a laser at him.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, "This gun which I can easily obliterate in a single blast along with that hat itself." And Foswell's like, "A disintegrator beam built into your cane. If I hadn't leaped aside, I would be..."
Oh, shit. He'd be toast.
And Kingpin's like, "Put Mr. Foswell on ice for a while. He may prove useful for us later on." I'm doing Kingpin from Daredevil the movie.
Daredevil the movie, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan, rest in peace.
What about my version of Kingpin?
Well, I don't know which one you were doing.
British version.
Oh, put Mr. Foswell on ice for a
like
while.
That British.
It may prove useful to us later on.
How many different British accents you can do? Oh, that was Taron, yeah. No, he's Welsh, isn't he? That is
don't know.
British, isn't it?
It's close enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we see Peter. He's like, he's stealing back his costume, and he quickly puts it on, and he's chilling on Jameson's desk in the Spider-Man suit, and Jameson's like, Mo, hey,
I love this bit.
what's going on?
This is
And
one
Peter's
of my
like,
faves.
well, Spider-Man's like, sorry to disappoint you. I was out recruiting. He's like, recruiting? You heard me. I'm signing up volunteers. I'm going to fill the whole city with Spider-Men. James like, no, he's back and more rotten than ever. Oh, no.
Fuck.
He's like, awfully sorry about the retractions you have to print in your paper, but I guess you're used to that by now. Boo-hoop. By the way, next time I have to leave my costume, at least you can have it dry cleaned. See you around, fun friend. Now Spidey's back in action.
Back and back.
And as far as the world's concerned, they better believe it.
That's the end.
Spider-Man. Cool.
That's really cool. 50 issues. High five.
I know. How'd we sweaty hand again?
Yeah. There we go.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Oh, shit.
That's gonna be great on audio.
Yeah, they're gonna know exactly what we just did.
Yeah, we're having a fight.
Yeah, we just punched each other many times.
We just took turns slapping each other in the face.
Yeah, because, that's what we do for fun.
Yeah. You should try it. Anyway, that was a good issue. One of the best ones thus far. Because that's the one Sam Raimi stole and wrote Spider-Man 2 around. I mean, Sam Raimi didn't write it. But, he took a lot of inspiration from that,
Yeah.
Very clear. Very good. Very nice.
Very nice.
Nice, high five. Now I want to watch Spider-Man 2. How good is that movie?
Spider-Man TOO or TWO?
Both. I want to watch Spider-Man 2. TOO. So I want to watch Spider-Man 2 too.
I want to watch Spider-Man 2 too.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, that's the end of the show. We've gone too long.
Yeah,
it's probably,
I'm sorry.
It's almost our longest. It is our longest episode.
Really?
Other than Hulk.
Fuck.
I mean, there's a few minutes at the start we can cut out.
Oh, yeah, true.
Anyways, got a few plugs. I have a new YouTube video on my movies or whatever channel, which will be linked down below. I talk about Endgame. So if you didn't like a frazzled Endgame discussion midway through this episode, it's a bit more structured in that video. I talk about, the things I want paid off in the film, and, the appreciating the history of the Marvel Universe, because I think a lot of people are a bit cynical about it now, and like, Marvel, they just keep ruining cinema, making all these stupid movies. But, it's, if you look at it as like a whole big thing, it's a pretty huge achievement.
Yeah, it is.
And I wanted to make a video about that, so it's up. Go watch it. Avengers, what's it called? I think it's called Endgame Will End the MCU, and it's linked below. Cool. And I think I'm done with video essays on that channel.
I think I'm done with this now.
I'm done with video essays. They take too much time, and I don't know. I don't have fun doing them. It's like work, which is fun, but I don't know. Because I'm midway through editing my Hulk video essay, and I'm like, I just can't, So I think my YouTube channel now is just going to be like discussion videos. Good. Where it's like, hey, here's a thing I have to say about a movie. I record it, edit it, and it can be up, Yeah. It's not a whole fucking process. Anyways, if you want to follow us, you can do that at peterpalmerpod on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail. How good is that?
That's pretty good.
So many things that don't get attention, especially the Gmail. We haven't got an email on that in ages.
No.
So please do that. Just send us like a fun GIF.
Send us a check for $1,000 if you like.
Yep. For capturing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was no Banner Mendo stuff this week. I think they're off in the wild trying to find the Chris's. So
yeah, they are.
I'll let them know and see if they've got something for us next week.
Yeah, they're celebrity. They don't always have time for us.
I want to hear if they're successful. They're probably waiting for the Endgame premiere so they can rate it and get all of them at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except Pine probably won't be there.
Yeah.
He could be. Just for fun.
Yeah, maybe.
He could be someone's date.
Ooh. Chris Evans' date.
because as Mendo said, he could be one of the homosexuals.
Yeah, one of the homosexuals.
Yeah, that was his exact wording.
I love that.
Anyways, goodbye, good night, hello, see ya. End of the show.